Hello. It is June 18th, 2026, and this is your morning briefing from Anchor Watch. I'm Bobby Jones. And here are two stories that I think you need to know to start your day. Let's get to the big one. President Trump has signed the Memorandum of Understanding between the United States and Iran that is supposedly bring a real ceasefire to the hostilities that are going on in the Persian Gulf and the surrounding region. Um, As you know, it took a while for the actual text to come out. There are 14 points. It's basically everything Iran said they wanted. President Trump and his administration are basically running cover, trying to make this seem like a victory. The things that really make the deal stand out are not being addressed, i.e., the enrichment issue, the solid amount or lack thereof of money and reparations for the conflict that the United States will be forced to pay. It's been very interesting to see how this is being twisted. Um, right wing podcasters, right wing media are skeptical at best and pissed off at worst. Some of the highlights here, um, basically experts are saying that this thing may roll back the nuclear program 5 to 10 years in Iran, which is a far cry from totally obliterated, etc. Um, the Strait of Hormuz is supposed to be open, but most importantly, Iran is going to have their sanctioned money, their sanctions and their frozen assets, money wise, basically given to them. Um, the proxy groups that Iran supports, Hezbollah and Hamas, etc., that Israel is concerned about, well, they're not even talking about that right now. This is something that shows two things. Number one, they grotesquely underestimated this entire evolution as far as the United States and what they thought of Iran and their capabilities. And number two, they just wanted to go away. The polling that is coming out on generic ballots across the country show that the Republicans may be in for a bloodbath. The reason that Trump cares about that is not because he may be a lame duck president, but the fact that they not only stop his agenda, they can subpoena a lot of people. It's not even about impeachment, it's about having control of the gavel so Democrats can hold hearings publicly on these people that work for Trump that have helped cover up various things. If you look at the New York Times and the reports that have come out here in the last week about the Epstein files and how they have worked very hard to cover that up, all that goes out the window once the House flips. And if the House and Senate flip, it's going to be even much worse. So Republicans have made it very clear to the president that, hey, we cannot go into the actual midterms with this thing still hanging over our head. So when Trump tells you he doesn't care about inflation, which he said, when he doesn't care about cost of living, which he said, he's right. He cares about maintaining control over the one group, the group known as Congress, and in Article 1, their oversight capabilities coming after him. Full stop. That is the political calculation that he is making when he's in his right mind. And believe me, if you've seen him at the G7 summit, you're thinking that this man, uh, mentally and physically, it's just not all there. Now, switching gears, sort of related to that, in my home state of Georgia, the Republican-controlled General Georgia Assembly has decided not, I repeat, not to redraw their districts in a blatant and naked attempt to gerrymander specifically black votes out. This is a huge deal because the Republicans all across the country are basically bent to President Trump's will. Even the governor of the state, Brian Kemp, he's the one that called the special session to do it. And it was the Republicans in the state of Georgia that said, we're not doing it. Now, many have talked about political calculation, that it may energize a base in Georgia, which will make it much worse, et cetera, et cetera. And to that, I say, you damn right it will. You damn right it will. But I'll also say this: Georgia's a different animal in the deep South compared to our neighbors. A lot of that has to do with Atlanta, obviously, but not just Atlanta, all over the state. It's just different. I think a lot of that still comes from the fact that the civil rights movement and its legacy, and that Dr. King is buried here, etc. There's a whole different way that Georgians look at this thing. There are bodies where throughout the state where you're forced to deal with people from the other side of the track. Leadership Georgia, which I'm a member of, class of 23, things like that that force you to talk. Are we perfect? Hell no, not at all. But we are the only state that told both the president of the United States and our governor that we're not going to gerrymander things just for political purposes in this election. And I'll take what I can get at this point based on that. Um, that's pretty much everything. Be very, very aware of the next few days and the statements that come out regarding that Iran deal. Hegseth has gone out here and said we met all the objectives militarily. He keeps saying that, but it's been revealed that no, the hell we didn't. There were three major things that Trump said he wanted to do. He wanted a regime change, didn't happen. He wanted to curb the nuclear program that supposedly was already obliterated, didn't happen. And they wanted to deal with the ballistic missile threats that Iran had, didn't happen. And now you're about to pay up to $300 billion just to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. It's quite the strategic failure, no matter how you slice it.